the government has committed to universal access by 2024. Yes. That means that by that time, all Rwandans will be able to access water. In the definition of access is that they'll be at least getting water within 200 meters within the towns, or in rural areas within 500 meters. So we have been progressing well, and the recent survey made by our National Institute of Statistics have showed that we are at 87% now, and we have like 12% to go by the remaining time.
So we're on track to getting to that goal.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, last February we saw that there was a big agreement signed between the European Investment Bank and Rwanda for this centralized sewage system. Yes. So we just wanted to check, where are we with the project, with that project right now? Because that was worth 45 million euros.
Yeah, that was 45 million euros.
Yes.
And that was co-financing, because the project is also being financed by African Development Bank,
right,
which is topping up the other half.
Yes.
So the project is actually estimated to 90 million euros. And since the signature of the agreement, we have been through the procurement. It's a international competition recruitment of both the consultancy and the contractor. As per now, we have the consultant on board who is assisting us on RAP, land acquisition. I saw in the news that there are projects having that challenge. It's always a good to start ahead with the land acquisition for these kind of infrastructure projects. So we have the consultant since December who is working with us now on the land acquisition and the resettlement action plan. And we are at the same time procuring the contractor. We are midway. We expect to have the contractor by June and start the real works by July this year.
Okay, and then by when can we see the completion of this project?
The completion of this project is by July 2022. The execution period is 36 months, so we expect to have everything completed by July 2022.
Right.
Yes.
We've seen also earlier this year, I know you mentioned that the rest of the money was coming from AFDB. Is that the investment that we saw signed in January?
The investment signed in January is specifically for water supply.
Yes.
That's for sewerage was signed last year.
Okay.
But then in this January, we signed an agreement for additional funds specified for water supply systems in rural areas, which is worth $130 million. Right. And we are also recruiting the consultancy and the contractors to implement the projects under that financing.
Right. Okay. Yes. So tell me, we've also seen some changes with the payment systems happening with WASAC. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, there is a change. Actually, WASAC is moving to smart systems. We want to give as better services as we can, right, easing the interactions of the client and our clients with the WASAC. So we are improving the payment systems. Right. Now we are moving to online application systems. But at the same time, there was a change on tariff, and which is meant to help WASAC sustain the services. As things change, also the price changes, then the tariff has to be reviewed, and the regulator went through the changes which were needed, and then they approved the new tariff, which actually is meant to improve the services to right, our clients and to all Rwandans.
Right.
Yes.
We heard recently the president making a comment saying that, just to take it back to what we were saying about universal clean water for all, we heard recently the president making a comment saying that people shouldn't have to cross the border to fetch water. Is that something that you're focusing on now, those rural areas that are close? Yeah,
it's something we have been focusing on, but the efforts was not enough to prevent that happening. But what is currently being done is that yes, as well as we are doing the extension of network and the distribution systems to the citizens of Rwanda, we are making sure that no one is left behind, so including the population across the borders. So there are projects now focusing in those areas which are much in need than the others, and then we hope that by within a very short time we will be having equality services for all citizens.
Right.
Yes.
So just before we let you go, is there any plans about changing maybe the water connectivity since the city is growing? And also, are there any other projects that we should know about?
Yes, there are actually other projects coming. We have started other projects, some are ongoing, others coming. Mainly, we have an ongoing national study for water supply master plan, because when you want to ensure sustainability, you need to have a long plan,
right.
a long-term plan, which is the master plan. We are undertaking it to be completed by the end of this year. At the same time, because Kigali City is specific and it's growing very fast, we are having also another parallel water supply master plan, which we want to reflect the changes of the city,
right.
because the city itself is updating the urbanization master plan. We are doing so in water supply. So that's what we are doing now. At the same time, we are starting a move to connectivity.
Sure.
We are starting a program of rollout water access nationwide, whereby we want to target the connectivity at home. We are talking about access by 2024, but we are also thinking ahead
right.
to meet the sustainable development goals, exactly. Where everyone should have a tap at his home.
Okay.
So yeah, that's another program we're starting now.
Okay.
Yeah.